Hello my friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be my Sephora Vib sale haul follow-up. So I have pretty much worked my way through all of the products that I picked up quite a few times actually, and I have thoughts for you on how these products worked for me, whether I love them, whether I don't. And we've got some stuff to talk about. So there is a lot in this bag. Let's go ahead and get started so that you know how these products worked for me. Okay, so things like repurchases, I'm really not going to go over because obviously if I repurchased, it's because I love the product. And so the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray is one of them, and then the Briogeo Hair Oil is another. So I've already taken that out of the bag. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to grab as it's in the bag, so not in any particular order. Let's start with the Huda Face Brush. This is the Face and Cheek Color Complexion Brush. This is the brush that released with her newest cheek tints. And so I love me a good Huda brush. And this one is, it's no exception, but I do like others more. So first off with this one, I love the handle. It's so girly. It's very pretty. It's very soft to the touch. But the funny thing is that I had a couple people ask me if I liked how it felt on my skin when applying blush, because I guess a lot of people are saying it's kind of pokey. So here's the thing. Yes, it's softer on the skin when you're like, I guess touching your hand. Once you put it on your face, once you're applying blush, it does feel a little bit different, but I don't know that I feel like it's pokey. I don't find it to be any kind of uncomfortable, and I very much like how it applies blush. So for me, I'm very happy with this purchase, but if you have been wondering about that, then I feel like there are two sides of the spectrum where some people are having a good experience and some people are not. For me, it was good. Okay, let's move into the highlight that I'm wearing today, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. This is in the shade, obviously, Pillow Talk. It was with her newest release of highlighters and things like that. And this is my first experience with one of her beauty light wands. Every time I want to pick one up, they're out of stock. They come into stock and I don't feel like spending the money. So here we are. I actually really like this. And the next time the peach and or pink is in stock, I probably will pick it up because this leaves a beautiful glow and it looks so healthy. It looks like a glazed donut, which is what I go for. It's like it melts into the skin. And I very much like the application. I like the formula. I like how it looks. And this will wear the majority of the day for me. Like it won't wear down within the hour. Typically, like I put my makeup on early in the morning. I'm taking it off later in the afternoon. And for most of the day, it will wear really, really nicely. So definitely happy with this. And I like that it has the little twisty cap so that it's not always capable of accidentally squeezing out products. So this is, I really like it. And again, I want to pick up a couple more. So next up is the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped Palette. So I feel like I have mixed thoughts on this one. I love the packaging. I opted to hold on to it as opposed to return it. I don't think it holds a candle to the original Born This Way palette, which this is supposed to be kind of like the sister palette. And so the packaging for me was a total win. I love it. I think it's pretty. I do think it's kind of unique. It's just very glam. And then the inside, I had hoped I was going to love. It does look somewhat similar to the original Born This Way palette. This has a scent, and I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like it smells like old dentine gum or old perfume. I can't tell which. It's like an old floral scent that I'm not a super huge fan of. And I do feel like it's a little stronger than their typical scented palettes. So as soon as I open this, I can immediately smell it. So if you are sensitive to smells, be forewarned. Then there's a couple of shades in here. So it's these three, this one, and this one, that are like toppers, but to use them on their own, you just really can't. They don't really provide a whole lot of kick. They just don't look any kind of stand out, which is what I was hoping for. So obviously I go for standout shades. I will tell you the mattes perform just fine. They're actually really, really nice, similar to the Born This Way palette. And then this is my favorite metallic. The quality of it is amazing. The metallic aspect, but two, I have nothing like this in my collection. It's almost like a taupey it's like a taupe type of metallic shade, and I don't have anything like it. So honestly, I am that person that kept the palette really for this shade. But anyways, glad I got it on sale. But I feel like if you're on the fence, you can probably pass on it, especially if you already have the Born This Way palette. That one, it would have been totally worth it had all of the shades been super stellar. But here we are. Okay, so let's move into the Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. Wasn't planning on picking this up during the sale, but when I was in store, they happened to have it and happened to have my shade. So I ended up getting suckered in. So it took me a couple of times to determine whether I liked this or not. I have discovered that I do like it. I don't love it based on the hype that it has gotten. So it is a very glowy, dewy foundation, which of course is my favorite type of finish, but I do think you can get almost the same result for a less expensive foundation. So I like it. I don't love it. Just because of the fact I think that it was so hyped up. I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be. And it wasn't stellar in the sense that I have others that kind of do the same thing. So again, you know, it's not a bad foundation. It's just, you know, there's other options. Okay, so what I'm wearing on my face is the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I love this thing so much, but I was counting on loving it just because there really hasn't been a Rare Beauty release that I haven't loved. So I love everything from the packaging, which I think is super cute. It's basic enough because it's plastic, so you could travel with it. It's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna break. It's, I don't know, easy to hold on to. And I love that, like, I just love the unique to it. Anyways, and then it's got the little squeezy, so knowing me, you guys know I will squeeze directly onto my face, and I love that it gives the perfect amount of coverage. It's that, like, it's borderline on that light to almost medium, still light though, but your skin just kind of shows through. It looks natural. It gives that dewy type of glow. It obviously is a tinted moisturizer, so that's to be expected. And I love how this applies with the Rare Beauty foundation brush. So again, this is what I'm wearing. I did not set it down. The only thing I set was my under eyes, and it will go strong like this all day. I'm not even kidding. This thing will last all day long, which is crazy for a tinted moisturizer. This was a total score. Again, that's what I expected, and I'm glad that that's what it was. So moving into what I'm wearing on my lips, it's the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream. Love this shade. It's in the shade Rich Rose. I hope he comes out with more of these types of shades because I know the majority is on the nude spectrum. And so if he could come out with more pinky tones, I would just be so excited because pinks like this really suit my skin tone. So I definitely love the wear of this, but I already knew I loved the formula. It's a very whipped type of texture. It doesn't dry out my lips. It lasts quite a bit during the day. Once I eat, it does fade down to where I do need to reapply, but that is okay with me. I actually prefer to do that so that my lips aren't all crusty and gross. And honestly, this formula with this shade is perfect. It gives that pouty look. It kind of just smooths over those fine lip lines, and it's perfect. So next up is probably at this point my favorite foundation ever. It's the Kosas foundation, which I did not expect to love because I'm not a huge fan of the concealer. So I had decided to get this during the sale. I was like, I'm gonna wait till I can get a discount. I'm not gonna just, you know, I don't need it day one. Well, this was such a pleasant surprise. For reference, I got mine in light, medium, neutral, warm 190. It was perfect. The perfect match for my skin tone. And I love everything about it. So I love that it matches the packaging of the concealer. It is so pretty. And I like when they do that. You have like the large bottle for the foundation, the little baby bottle for the concealer. It's got the yellow pump, and this is what I had hoped the Dior Forever Glow would be. And obviously this is less cost. So it wears so nicely throughout the day. It doesn't fade down. I don't get those little, do you ever get those little bald spots like right here throughout the day? And I don't know if it's maybe from like resting, you know, my face in my hand, or I have no idea. But I don't get that with this. This lasts all day long. It has such a beautiful natural finish without being too glowy. It's like that line between kind of satin and glow, at least on my skin it is. And it does have SPF 25, which kind of builds into your SPF if you've already put some on. This is just such a good foundation. It doesn't look cakey, which for me is huge because I don't like that look of I'm wearing 2 layers of foundation. And again, I think that one at this point is my number 1, maybe number 2, because I feel like the Rare Beauty is still my number 1. So we'll say it's number 2. Next is the SuperGoop Daily Dose Hydra-Ceramide Boost and SPF. What is this? The Broad Spectrum Sunscreen Oil. It's such a long name. I'm wearing this under my foundation today, or under that tinted moisturizer. I have really grown to appreciate and like this product. So the first couple of times I wasn't sure, because really I don't think anything will ever beat my SuperGoop lotion, the SPF lotion. It leaves such a glow, but it gives my skin so much hydration. And for the cost, I really can't justify anything else, because for $58 I get the really big size. So this is 1 ounce, and I want to say this was like $36, and it's straight up just an oil. So what I do is I squeeze a little bit onto my forehead and I rub it in, and then on each cheek and rub it in, and it leaves, obviously it's an oil, so it leaves just the glow and the shine of an oil, but it also gives such a moisture to the skin that when you go in with your foundation, I feel like this would really help if you have a very mattifying foundation that kind of tends to dry out your skin, because this just helps so much with the foundation looking very healthy. So I've actually grown to very much like this product for that reason, and I have started using it a lot more frequently than I was using it at the start. So this I'm very happy I picked up, even though at the beginning I was like, I don't know about this. Let's talk about another sunscreen that I'm not as crazy about. Ironically, it's the Tatcha Silk Sunscreen, which blows my mind, because I thought I was going to be so excited about this, so over the moon about this one, that I thought I'm going to be stuck paying $60 for a small bottle of sunscreen like every other month. And that did not turn out to be the case. Now, it's a nice sunscreen, I will say that, but maybe in my mind I thought it was going to do what like the liquid primer does. I don't know. But the packaging, first off, I would never travel with this, because the packaging, once it gets like air in there, once it's been shaken up a lot, as soon as you open it, the liquidy product, it's very, very liquidy, will start kind of overflowing out of there. So it's one of those products that just kind of has that little hiccup to the packaging. So for that reason, I'd never travel with this. It's interesting packaging. It does have a little bit of a tint. Again, very, very liquidy, more than what I thought it was going to be, very watery. It does almost have like a little bit of a tint to kind of even out your skin tone, I guess you could say, but I mean, it works fine as a sunscreen. I just don't think it's worth the price tag when I have other options that I like significantly more. So it's kind of twofold. It's like, I'm bummed that I didn't like it, especially for paying as much as I did. However, I'm almost kind of glad that I don't like it as much as I hoped I would, only because now I'm not going to be stuck paying this price tag every other month for it. So, you know, I think it's just personal preference, to be honest. I imagine there are people that absolutely love this sunscreen. For me, it just wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Okay, let's move right along. So the Pillow Talk Multi Glow Beautifying All Over Glow Highlighter, her newest one. This released at the tail end of the sale, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to purchase this on a discount. The packaging is beautiful. It is different. I love it. It's so, so pretty. And I got the lighter one, Romance Light. I had to exchange it. Mine came broken, completely broken. Each one of these 4 was completely separate and fell out. So this is a beautiful highlight. I love this thing so very much. I will say the first time I used it, I was a little taken aback with how cool toned it is. So you do have to be mindful of that. The other one, the other shade, while deeper, it is warm toned, but it's also deeper. So just a couple of swatches. Here's the first 2 mixed. Here's the last 2 mixed. This looks a little, slightly more satiny than glowy. This one definitely looks more glowy. I mix them all together, and I love the look of it. But again, it took me about a time or 2 to really get used to how cool toned it is. But for being Charlotte Tilbury, this thing packs a little punch. I know her highlights to be a little more subtle. So, all right, Charlotte Tilbury, keep on coming out with these. I'm good with it. Okay, so then what's next? The Item Blushin Like Cream Blush. Literally one of my favorite products of this entire haul. there's already a couple more in my loves list that I hope to pick up within the next month or so. This one's in the shade Oopsies. There is something about this that I love so much that I would dare say this has become one of my very favorite cream blushes, which I had heard people weren't too crazy about it because of I think it goes more cream to powder than just being cream, and I think people were kind of not expecting that and just didn't like that aspect. Oh my gosh, this looks so airbrushed. It's a very good price tag. I think it's like $16. It does have that feel of being powdery almost. It's a very soft feel, but this is the type of formula that looks so airbrushed on the skin. It looks so smooth, and I don't know how to describe it to you, that like it's soft but packs a punch and lasts all day long. There are those blushes that as the day goes on, they start wearing down and you're like, doesn't look like I'm wearing much of anything anymore. No, not this one. This one will last all day long, and it is beautiful on its own without having a set face, basically over cream product, and over powder. If you have already set your face, you go in with this, chef's kiss. It is absolutely wonderful. So for the price point, it was definitely unexpected, and so I was like, okay, every time I use this, I love it so much, I'm adding more to my loves list. Let's see, another blush palette is the Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. It's actually what I'm wearing today. Love this one too. This one does have a very balmy gel type of feel, which if you have watched my cream blush ranking, you know I'm not a huge fan of anymore. Like, I've gotten away from those. Those typically rank lower on my list for the most part anyways. There's something about this that just sets so nicely, and the balmy aspect or the gel type of aspect gives it a glow. And that is something I don't really have with my other gel balm type of blushes. I love that there's 4 in a one-stop shop, and I love the shades. They're so springy, but even down here, you can get to one that's a little bit more fall type, which is obviously the one I'm wearing today. They look so good. And same thing, this applies beautifully over powder and over cream as well. I like, if I had to choose between this product and the Item blush that we just talked about, I would choose the Item blush. There's something about that one that is absolutely stunning. But these provide such a good variety, and I love the finish. I don't like them on the lips. I tried it and I was like, yep, nope, that's exactly why I don't use these products that are marketed as a 2-for-1. I won't use them as a 2-for-1. I just don't like how that looks. Let's see. I Need a Rose Lipstick by Natasha Denona in Peony. This is so everything and more. I've already added that last shade I don't have, Cali, I think it is, to my loves list. I just can't with this formula and with these shades. It's stunning. So this is a beautiful, this is the lightest of the 3. I think a lot of people don't like this because it's not that same formula as the original. I feel like I like this formula more because it lasts longer. It's got a little bit of a tug without being drying. It still has that shine, and the shades, she just nailed it. So I knew I was gonna like it because I already have one in this formula, and so that's why I added this one. Now I've got this one. Now I got to make my way to the third one. Love. Let's see. The Danessa Myricks Infinite Chrome Flakes. I'm going to do a video with this because so many people have given these bad reviews, and it's all in how you apply it. These are absolutely stunning. I noticed that once this sold out, this shade never came back to Sephora. So I don't know what the reason for that is. They replaced it with a different shade that's more of like a pink grapefruit, which later on I ended up having to order. So this is the hot pink shade in the shade Starburst. I love this so much. This hot pink shade, this shift, I don't have anything like it in my collection. And again, if you use these correctly, they're absolutely stunning. They're flakes. They're meant to look like flakes on your eye. So video to come on how to apply this in case you were curious, in case you don't already own one but want to know how to apply them because you're looking to buy one, or heck, maybe you already have 1 or 2 in your collection and you hate them because of the way they apply, because if you swipe them, they shear out and it's not meant to look like that. So more to come on this. This one was a total love. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, the Merit Day Glow Highlighting Balm. whoa, this thing is so amazing. So this looks on the cheeks very similar to what you're seeing as the Pillow Talk stick. Listen, it's glazed donut, but elegant and beautiful, and it lasts. It's everything I was hoping it would be, but thought it wasn't going to be, pretty much. So this is Cava. It's the lighter of the two that they have, and it is absolutely stunning. This isn't going to pack that punch like super metallic, even though it does have a shiny finish. This gives a glow that literally looks like wet skin. It is beautiful. And I had hoped that that's what it would be based on a swatch I did weeks ago in store. But once you put stuff on the face, you're like, wow, that didn't translate. Okay, this, oh my gosh, was everything. So I highly recommend this if you've been on the fence. And if you've held back for the same reason what I just said, that I had thought it wasn't going to be, then you need to try this out. This is absolutely perfect. And this brand is getting a lot of attention, especially I see like people loving the lipsticks and stuff. But this is my very first product by the brand Myricks, and I am super, super impressed. I thought this was going to go back, honestly, when I purchased it, but I was like, there's a good chance that, you know, oh no. It's absolutely beautiful. And that one I do like to apply more on a cream face, cream base or whatever, but it does also apply nicely over powder. I think it applies better on cream. So what I would suggest is putting that down, and then if you need to set your face, set around it, but stunning. Okay, let's talk the Huda, what are these? The Huda Cheeky Tints. So Proud Pink, Perky Peach, and Cutie Coral. You guys, these are so good. Oh my gosh. These, okay, so what I do with these, I love them so, so much. Now, these have a glow to them. So if you are not a fan of that, if you like a good just matte blush or just a cream blush with no shine, no glow, no nothing, these are not for you. These have a very serious glow to them, to where if I'm using this type of blush, or if I'm going to go in with this blush, I will forego the highlight. I won't include a highlight just because this does double duty for me, and it's like a hybrid of both, and it looks so healthy. It looks so eye-catching. It's just so pretty. I'm glad I bit the bullet and bought all three, because I don't typically do that anymore. I try one and I'm like, okay, I like it, I'll grab another. Or I'm like, no, I don't like it, I'm glad I only went with one. Ooh, on this, I'm glad I went with all three. So, so pretty. They do last all day. I like to apply these with her brush. But I've also used my Real Techniques cream blush brush, and they apply just as beautifully. So you don't need the brush to apply these, but I love, love, love. And so glad I picked all three of them up where I could get a discount. It makes it a little more attainable to get more than one. Okay, so the Patrick Ta, let's see, what is this called again? It's the gloss, the Plumping gloss. I really like this, you guys. Oh my goodness. So this is in the shade Pouty, and I like this so much that I've already added the beige one to my loves list, the one that keeps selling out. So this, I had reservations about, because I just love his original formula, the gloss formula, so much that I thought, I don't know that anything could, you know, come close to that. Oh, he just knows how to give you a very juicy look to the lips, and that's what I was hoping for. Now, one thing I will tell you, when I looked on the website and this said baby pink, I really thought it was going to be a baby pink, and they're actually quite a bit sheer. They're more sheer than anything. I don't even know that there's any tint to them, so really, is there any point in me getting that beige shade? I don't know. But anyways, here's what this one looks like. It's a clear gloss in essence. It looks somewhat baby pink in the little tube, but honestly, when I first took it out of the box, I was like, this is a clear gloss. But this is like it's a dirty dishwater color. I don't know. It did not look baby pink. The formula is incredible. I don't know, it doesn't give me that plumping sensation like the Too Faced lip injection. That's serious business right there. But this one is just it's just a slight tingle. It does have a scent. It smells like dentine. Why does everything smell like dentine gum to me? I don't know. Anyways, I very much like this gloss. Obviously, it's on my loves list again for a reason. And then let's see. I'm not really going to go too much into this. This was not a repurchase, but just a purchase of a different shade in the Pat McGrath MatteTrance lipstick, but Peep Show is what I had picked up because I love the formula and I knew I had wanted this shade. So love that, obviously. Now the last two, probably one of the most favorite things out of my haul and the best palette I've come across in a very long time is the Patrick Ta, what is this, Major Dimension 2. I love this on another level. So it's what I'm wearing on my eyes. It's perfect for if you want something, I feel like I have a hair on my shoulder. If you want something that is, how can I put it? If you want something that's easy, like quick and on the go, like what I'm wearing now, if you want to go super detailed and want to go out like for a night on the town, everything is in this palette. And what I loved about the first one is that it was unique to me and that it was almost like an eye contour. I don't know. I just love the first one very much. And I love this one even more. And I think it's because of the color story. I prefer pinks and mauves over nudes. And this spoke to me on every level. The quality is out of this world. The price point is 1000% worth it. Obviously, even better to get it on sale. But this was one of my very, very favorite purchases out of the entire haul. This was probably, this and the blush were my favorite purchases. I love this palette so much and it just adds a very lovely, even simple look to the eye. But again, if you want to go out on the town and make it more complex, if you want to add that glam, you just pull this right back out and add one of those standout shades. Amazing. Amazing. If you've been on the fence, you just do it. Now, the most disappointing product of my haul that I kind of wish I would have returned, but I'm past the 30 days. So it's the Natasha Denona Pastel palette. I don't buy pastel palettes anymore for a reason. And this just, I don't know. There was so much about this that I wanted to love. I love the packaging, but this shade looks all choppy. It looks dug into. There's like holes in it from trying to, get my brush in there to get product because it just does not pick up a whole lot of product. Now, granted, I get it. It's a pastel palette. You have to build. They're not going to pack a punch. They're not going to come across super pigmented, but no, I'm talking I had to build to get even a wash of color. So this for me, hands down, my least favorite Natasha Denona palette ever. And my least favorite product of this haul. Highly disappointing, quite frankly. This shade is the one I love the most out of all the palette. So honestly, I don't know if I held on to it for that. It's not worth it for me. And I do wish I would have returned it, but here we are. So just add it to my collection and call it a day. Alrighty, my friends, that is it. Let's call it a day. That was a lot to get through. I hope in some way, shape, or form something was helpful for you if you've had your eye on something and you're kind of waiting to see how it worked for me. But thank you so much for watching and sticking it out till the end. If you found this video helpful, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. It truly helps my channel. And if you are new, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Before I let you go, I just want to give you a quick verse of the day to motivate you, encourage you, and to tell you that Jesus loves you. Today's comes from Psalm 145:18. And it says, "The Lord is near to all who call on him in truth." If you feel alone, if you're going through difficult times, whatever the case may be, the Lord is near. All you have to do is call on him. He is a prayer away. And how amazing that all you have to do is pray to him, is call on him. Praying is really just talking to him. And he is so just close that all it takes is calling on him for him to just be right there with you. And it's an amazing thing. He is so incredible. And if you have a prayer request, if you're going through something, if you just need someone, a listening ear, I'm here for you in the comments, or if you prefer to just private message me, on Instagram or whatever, just go right ahead. I am here for you and would love to pray with you and just to encourage you. Alrighty, my friends. Well, that being said, we're going to call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care all. Bye.